大家好，我是 Oliver Branch Down. So this video is all about those people who are interested in going to a gym but have never been one before, or you're maybe not familiar with it, as I've received a lot of comments in my previous videos about asking for advice on how to approach going into a gym as they not have experienced this before. So hopefully you'll take away is some comfort, some ideas, an approach to how you should think about when you first enter a gym, and how that can help achieve your goals, and how you can step by step work your way into becoming very familiar with the gym routine. And then we'll go over a little bit about gym etiquette and how you can behave in a gym that will give you further confidence in actually blending in with the rest of the crowd. So you're going to be a stranger in almost a new world. It's a completely new environment. And so when you first go into a gym, you might be bombarded by a lot of stimulation that can be overwhelming. For example, the receptionists and all the PT trainers are trying to come up to you and sell you on personal training packages can be very overwhelming. In fact, a lot of clients, they are completely turned off by the whole gym experience because of them alone. You might also see a lot of the very experienced gym goers who are almost there every day, and they look like they are always living there, and they can seem also very intimidating. And so these are the types of crowds that you might encounter. And although that is very intimidating, I want to tell you that the advice is that when you're going to a gym, like a big box gym, that it's very important that you go in there with an intention. It's deliberate and you have a plan of action in mind. Thereby, all these distractions and stimulation won't bother you so much, because you're going to go in there with a mission, you're going to get it done, and then you're going to get out. So what you want to understand is that all big box gyms have a very similar layout in that they have components to all the gyms that are pretty much the same. Let's exclude all the fancy gyms with like swimming pools and tennis courts, because there are not so many of them. And so we're just going to focus on gyms that basically contain an area for group classes, an area for personal training, and an area for people who are lifting weights on their own, and a section for a lot of cardio machines like treadmills and bicycles and ellipticals. And you want to navigate through each one with confidence. And so I'm going to explain to you the purpose and the goods and the bads of each section, so that if you're going in there with a plan, and then you will know what to expect and what to avoid. So the first component is the group classes, and there can be a huge list of different group classes that a gym might contain. The group classes are primarily designed for the mass population, so it covers a large base of people. And so the goods is that it's quite generic, and so almost anyone can do a group class, of course, considering whether you're fit enough for that level. Usually you have a charismatic trainer that can lead the class. It's quite social. You can meet a lot of people. If you're quite shy, you can blend in with the background, so you don't have to feel like you're on the spotlight all the time. The negative is that you don't get personalized training. So if you're really, really new to exercise, then you might not get any tips on how to exercise properly. The posture might be wrong. Your technique might be wrong. Might cause injury because of that. Also, it might get too crowded. You might not be able to get a spot that you like, and it's hard for you to see progress. So these are all. So the cardio machines, usually you'll see a lot of them laid out in the front of a gym. And the pros is that you'll usually be able to find one machine that you can work on, and that it's such a low barrier of entry because anyone actually can start using a cardio machine. It's quite simple to use and operate. You just need to know what you're trying to do. You have a program, and then you can just go ahead and start with it. The cons is that it is a low intensity steady state exercise, so the results will be very minimal. If you start running on a treadmill, you're not going to get that much results out of it if you're trying to lose fat, for example. So you do want to basically understand how a cardio machine can be effective for just beginning a new routine, but in terms of yielding maximum results, it's quite limited. The next component is personal training. When you hire a personal trainer, the pros is that, well, they get to personalize your training, so they're fitting into whatever your ability, what you're capable of doing. So they'll design a program for you to do. They'll teach you the exercises to do with good technique. You won't be risking getting injured. You'll also be able to navigate through the gym as well, so you don't feel as lost and unfamiliar. At the same time, they'll hopefully help you with building a program so that you can sustain yourself through your fitness journey. And so this is a very good way for beginners who have no idea how to exercise. This is like someone to guide you through the whole process. Of course, this is considering that you do find a good personal trainer, because there are good as well as bad trainers out there, so make sure you find a good one. The cons, of course, is that it can be very expensive. that you are fixed into a schedule by appointment. But also because of that, they also keep you accountable. So that's also good. But overall, you do want to find a good trainer because a bad trainer can actually get you injured, or at least the program will not be effective. And then the last component is if you're going into the gym and you just want to go on your own. Like the cardio machines, you have complete freedom to use any part of the gym that's allowed for the members. And I would recommend this for more intermediate to advanced people because they know what they're doing already. They already have a program in place. And you won't feel so lost. You'll know how to fit in. You'll know how to work in with other people in the gym. So beginners, beware. I don't really suggest this because you actually might get injured. Unless you're quite independent and resourceful. You can try new things. You can learn from the internet and then practice right away in the gym. And if you have that thick skin, then I do recommend it. Then give it a shot. So I also want to mention one other type of gym or studio. If you are not really interested in the big gyms, then another alternative you can consider is a boutique studio like Olive Branch, like what I'm running currently in Shanghai. It's a more specialized approach to fitness where the coach can provide maybe more in-depth information about exercise and maybe even nutrition and other aspects like psychology. Their fitness routines are usually more specialized or more unique. They also provide more personal customer service, and the environments are much more intimate. They might have a stronger sense of community as well. The cons is, of course, that there are smaller classes, and so you won't be able to meet a lot of people, but that can be a good or a bad thing. Also, the schedule and the type of classes, it might be more fixed, so they're not as flexible as a big gym. But again, that is another alternative if you're looking for something else other than a big gym. Okay, for etiquette, this is very important, guys, because as I see a lot of people going to the gym, they get frustrated with what's going on and what they're seeing and interacting with different people there. And the first thing I do want to mention is that if you're exercising in a communal shared space, like a big box gym, then please wipe down your equipment after use. And so if you're a sweaty person and you have sweat all over the bars and chairs, use a towel, wipe it down. If there's a spray, spray it and wipe it down, and put away all your equipment. So if you're grabbing equipment from different corners of the gym, you're doing your workout, don't just leave it there for someone else to take care of, because then that's intruding on other people. Put it back to where you found it so that's always in its proper place. And so you always want to do your part to maintain a good environment for everyone to use. If you're listening to a podcast or music, make sure you wear earphones so you're not disturbing others. Same thing if you're socializing, keep it quiet so again, you're not disturbing others. And if you're going to go to group classes, be on time and put away your phone. You don't want to be on social media while you're being taught something. And lastly, if you're in the big common area doing workouts and you're lifting something and you're done and you have multiple sets, please allow others to work in with you so that you can always share the workout stations. Otherwise, you'll be hogging it for too long. So that's it, guys. In conclusion, I just don't want you to be intimidated when you're first trying out a new gym. Start slowly, get familiar with the environment and the people that are there. The staff hopefully will be helping you out through your journey. And just start slowly and be careful of not to get injured and slowly build up your routine. In the end, I just want you guys to start. And so if you did end up going to the gym and trying it out with these tips in mind, please leave any comments and questions below in the description, in the comments below. And I'd love to hear about your experience, and then we can discuss further about your journey. So that's it, guys. I hope you found that useful. And as always, please leave any questions or comments below, and I'll see you next time.